Not every neighborhood in San Antonio is a massive master plan community. Today, we're in a much smaller boutique community, a MERITAGE builder, and these homes are under $350,000. Let's go take a look at what they've got.
Let's get it.
All right, guys, so we are at Thomas Pond. That is the name of this neighborhood located off of Talley Road. And you guys know that we do like the far west side. This is a very fast growing area of town, and that is where we're located. Last week, we did the Riverstone at West Point, which is a D.R. Horton community.
Just down the street, actually.
Just down the street from that. So you are off of Talley Road. You're gonna be between basically Wiseman, right, with major artery that leads you to 1604, and then Culebra, which is another major artery that leads you to 1604 and some other areas.
First of all, I really like your use of the word artery. That was really cool. But secondly, yes, he's 100% right. So you are gonna be located between those two main roads that are prominent on the far west side. Now, living here is gonna put you in NISD, which is a highly rated school district. If you haven't taken a look at it, we do have a video on all the school districts, the top rated ones in San Antonio. NISD, we mentioned that in there as well. So this neighborhood in particular is going to be Harlan High School, which is probably about 6 or 7 minutes away or so. Now, it's just far enough to where your kids probably aren't going to be able to walk, but if you drive, you're probably going to get there in under 10 minutes, about that 6-7 minute mark.
Now, you are going to be about 25 to 30 minutes from downtown, the airport. If you're working out there at Lackland, which we've had a lot of people moving to this area that are PCSing to Lackland Air Force Base, you're also going to be about 20 to 25 minutes from there. Sometimes traffic in this area can be pretty heavy in the mornings. So if you're working in the morning, you might want to add another 10 minutes or so to your commute. But this is a very nice, fast growing area of town. Pretty quiet. You are close to all your major shopping. You're not far from Costco, Target, HEB, and all of that. So the area itself, I like it over here.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right, man. There's a lot to do over here, a lot of restaurants, a lot of entertainment. So overall, I think this is a great area to live. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and head over to that first house, take a look at it, and well, let's see what MERITAGE has, man. Oh man, here we are. So we are in the Rio Grande today. So this is going to be one of, I believe she said, MERITAGE's most popular models in this neighborhood. Right. Now, obviously we are in the model home right now, but as you can see, it's really nice so far. I know you guys kind of panned on it when I walked in, but I haven't seen a door that has that kind of glass cutout in any other builder so far. I mean, obviously we have other ones that do it, but I think this looks really nice. So one of the first things you notice whenever you walk into this house is going to be this long hallway. Now, Johnny, I know you got a thing for long hallways, right? Providing that separation between the living area of the house and of the door, right?
Yeah, so this entryway, I mean, it's okay. You know, it's not very wide, but you know, you walk in and you do have a place to kind of like take off your shoes and things like that. You don't step into the door and you're immediately in the living room.
Yeah,
so.
And I think a lot of that is associated with that sort of farmhouse feel. And this is not that, which is interesting because that's where a lot of these builders are going. Now, off to your left, you're gonna have the entrance to the garage, which in this model in particular is going to be a 2-car garage. Now, this model looks like it's a 3. I got confused. It would have been nice, but that's okay. 2-car garage is still sufficient. When you walk in the house, off to your right-hand side, you're going to have the first wing of where the bedrooms are. So you're gonna have 2 bedrooms and you're gonna have 1 bathroom over here. And they're both kind of branched off separately. So the first bedroom you have over here towards the middle of the house. And this is pretty standard. I mean, this is gonna be like probably a 10 by 12 bedroom. I mean, you know, it's a standard bedroom. What they do have is they do have a cutout for the spray foam. MERITAGE prides themselves on being energy efficient. So they utilize spray foam as part of their insulation. So you'll find that in a couple of other builders as well, but that's something to note with them. Bathroom's gonna be nice. You're gonna have a quartz countertop. These nice gray cabinets. Now, I don't know what you would describe this color as, but they're nice because you'll see later on in the video, they match the rest of the house, which is really cool. Standard bathtub, again, decent sized sink. Not bad, standard bathroom. And then this bedroom up front is going to match that other bedroom that we just took a look at. So again, pretty standard. Pretty standard so far. All right, guys, let's head to the living room, the heart of the house. So for being only 1,950 square feet, this living room is spread out really nice. I like how big it is. And one thing that I noticed immediately after coming in is the large windows here. Those look like bigger than standard windows, don't they? What do you think?
No, I think they're probably standard. There's just 4 of them. The way that they have them in this living room, taking up that side of the wall though, is unique. I think it's pretty nice. You know, one of the things when you're in a smaller home and you want to have a lot of windows, because having a lot of windows in a smaller space is going to open up that space a lot more and make the area feel bigger. And I think that that's what these windows do. That's why they probably feel a little bigger to you.
I think you're probably right. But I think what also helps too is that off to your left over here, you have this dining room. They have the bay windows. And from where I'm standing, it kind of looks like an optical illusion because I couldn't tell if they were bay windows, which is crazy. But they have the more windows, and so you have windows on this side of the house, and when those windows stop, these windows start. So it's like you have natural light coming in no matter what time of the day from every angle of the house, and I think that's really cool.
And we have, you know, we have all the lights on in the home. You know, it's the model, but hey, flip those lights off behind you. Like even with all the lights off, you can see how light or how much light is coming into this home. Not only are they energy efficient, just with the way that they build the house, but with all the lights, I mean.
Very smart on MERITAGE's part. And the other thing too is that part over there with the bay windows, so that's going to face east side. This side is gonna face the west. So again, no matter what time of the day, you're gonna have light coming in from both of those angles, making for a nice cinematic setting. Let's talk about the kitchen. First of all, I'm a big fan of this island. I think there's a lot of builders in some cases that they have an island, but it's not, I don't know, it's not always usable. You can't always shove chairs under there, but I like what they did here because, you know, let's be real, who actually uses their dining room? So you and I are probably the only people in the state of Texas who actually use their dining room for what it's for. But if you don't want to use that, you do have the option right here of using the bar. You know, you can fit 4 chairs and everyone looks like they have a pretty good amount of space. Not to mention this granite here. This granite is, you know, it's standard granite, but it's a unique design because a lot of these builders have some of the same, I guess, sort of colors. You have the sink over here, and nothing special. There's no farm sink, but I'm sure if you wanted to have that option, what was that brand you talked about last week? The Sterling sink, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could slap that bad boy in here and be good to go. Perks of living here. This is a gas community, okay? I don't have to go over this again because I do it in just about every video, but you know I like the gas communities. I think cooking on that makes the world of difference. And it looks like they're gonna have Whirlpool appliances throughout the house. Now, whether that's a package or if this is just staged for the model, it's kind of a toss-up, but either way, Whirlpool's a solid brand if you know anything about appliances. Cabinets as well, man. I'm a big fan of this color. It's not quite a gray, it's like an off gray, right?
Grayish?
Ooh, I like that word. So grayish cabinets. And these are the same cabinets, like I mentioned earlier, that match that bathroom that's in front. So they have the same color concept throughout the whole house. This is good if you want to be uniform, but if you want to paint them, you probably have that option because these are neutral colors. Coffee bar. You know, I like my coffee. Now, we've seen some bigger ones, but I think for right now, this is the perfect amount of space because you can fit a coffee machine, you can fit your coffee cups, you can fit all that stuff. And you probably still have enough room to slap like a box over here to where you can throw your keys at whenever you come in, you know, into the house. So decent kitchen, man. I like the way the house kind of flows through. So as we're at the back end of the house, one thing I do want to highlight, you have a little workspace here. Now, this house doesn't have a study, which sucks in one aspect if you really need that study, but it does have a dedicated workspace. So laundry room in the back of the house. This is something I haven't seen very often in the layout. Typically, I found them closer to the garage or towards the front of the house, maybe even the mid, but very rarely do I see them in the back. I think I've only seen it in one other neighborhood, the Pulte neighborhood, Lexington floor plan, if I'm not mistaken. I think they had them up there next to the master bedroom. So this is kind of nice that you have it right next to the bedroom. You don't have to worry about your stuff. So let's head into the master and see what we're looking at. Common theme, more bay windows. Again, natural lighting. So you're getting tremendous amount of natural lighting from every single angle of this house. Super nice. Decent sized bedroom. Again, because they are bay windows, it does give you that little extra like 1.5 feet, 2 feet of space. So if you want to slap some chairs and a little area over there that you'll probably never use, you're absolutely welcome to, and you have the ability to do that. Now, let's talk about the master bathroom for a second. I appreciate the big shower, okay? Because sometimes when you go with builders and they're, you know, not budget friendly, but they're just maybe not $500,000-$600,000 houses, a lot of the times the showers are one of the things that they tend to cheap out on. MERITAGE did not do that. They gave you a full, it's almost like that extended shower in here. Now there's not a bench in here to sit down on, but it's still very nice. Directly across, you have the cabinets with the exact same coloring as the rest of the house. So again, it's uniform. Water closet, and then you're gonna have some built-ins in this closet behind us, so you can put your shoes, you can put towels, you can put all kinds of stuff, and you're still gonna have a decent amount of space, whether it's for you, your spouse. Hopefully you should be able to fit everything in those spaces. One thing I do want to point out, now I know we don't always go into the backyard and talk about all the features that are in the backyard and you know, irrigation, we don't really address that, but one thing I do want to talk about is that with these MERITAGE homes, you do get a nice covered patio. You take a look, you got the recessed lighting, you've got the painted ceiling, like this is a really nice looking patio. Even if you don't add on to it, it's really cool. And the icing on the cake for me, this gas spigot right here, okay? As I mentioned earlier, this is a gas community, and the fact that you don't have propane tanks and you can just hook it up to your grill directly, spot on. So this house is gonna start at about $329,000. Now, this one in particular is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, about 1,929 square feet, so just shy of 2,000. This is a really nice home for the money, and I think spending, you know, your dollar stretches far as MERITAGE goes. A lot of these features that you see in this house are standard. For instance, the granite countertops, the cabinets, the gas range, all that stuff. These are all standard features featured throughout the community. Now, MERITAGE is a spec builder. They're not an option builder. So if you want to come in, start to customize some of these things, you're not really going to have the ability to do that, unfortunately. But this community in particular is a boutique style community. There's only gonna be about 300 homes in this small little subdivision. So if this is something that you're looking for on the far west side of town, this might be the community for you. So this is the smallest floor plan that we are gonna be looking at today, but we are about to go ahead to a 2-story floor plan that MERITAGE has to offer in this small boutique community. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, we are here at the second house today. This is gonna be a lot bigger than the first one, so I'm excited to take a look at it. Hey, one real quick thing before we head inside. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Take a look over there. Can you see that pond?
I'll get some drone footage of it.
That's why it's called Thomas Pond, baby. Let's head inside and take a look. House numero dos. All right, guys. We are here at this 2-story floor plan, and I'm excited. I haven't really seen one like this either. MERITAGE is a builder of a lot of firsts for me. Their floor plans are a little bit more unique. They're not as open, but that's okay because, again, not everybody wants an open concept. So as you walk in, this is kind of like a sitting room slash, I don't know if it's a dining room. A lot of people put the dining room right off of the entryway, so I have a feeling that's what this might be. If you ask me, I think it's kind of a weird place to put the dining room. It seems a little disconnected from where the kitchen looks like it is. So let's head inside so we can kind of confirm these thoughts here.
Yeah, real quick too, I want to point out that here on the floors, so they've got the nice white baseboards there that are kind of wide. I like that, but they've got the quarter round that goes on the floor too, and that's, you don't typically see that. You usually see the baseboards that just go straight down to the floor, but they've got the quarter round, and I can see that all throughout the house. So
and I'll be
that's
honest,
a little bit different.
Do you like the quarter round?
I don't. I mean,
I don't either.
You know,
I have them in my house.
different.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
So as you walk into the house, off to your left-hand side, you're gonna have your entrance to your garage, and you're also going to have a small half bathroom, which is down here. Now, unlike the last house, the garage is right next to the laundry room, which is considerably larger than the last one, although there's not any shelving other than one top shelf above this thing, so just enough room for a washer, dryer, and maybe a couple coat hangers.
Looking down behind you inside that laundry room, so they've got the quarter round, but it's white. It matches the baseboard. I think that's the problem. Right down here, as you guys can see, the quarter round is the same color as the floor. It's not white. I think a lot of times they paint that white. That might be why you typically don't notice it.
It makes it look a little bit less elegant, I would say. So, favorite room in the house right here, Harry Potter closet again, and this one goes back and under the stairs, so if you do need the extra storage, this is a great spot for it. So let's head on in and take a look at the kitchen. All right, so the kitchen is pretty nice. This looks like it's about the same size island as the other house, right? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's your, I think it's your
standard island. Yeah. Yeah, I like.
You can see that, you know, you've got the white cabinets. I think white is a lot more popular now. I think the dark colored cabinets are kind of going out, but they've got subway tile backsplash that matches it. And then these countertops are going to be quartz.
And these are the tiny subway tiles too, so a little bit different. And they have a matte finish to them, so it still looks pretty good. Same sink as on the front side. And then you got a little bit bigger area for your coffee bar over here. Now, here's what is weird about this, right? So you have your pantry right here, which is pretty standard. But if I'm not mistaken, this kind of looks like a pantry too. Yeah, so this looks like a pantry, but a little bit bigger. I've never seen a house with 2 pantries, let alone, I guess, opposite ends of each other. What do you think about that?
That's pretty cool. Got your pantries, and then you got your master bedroom of the living room here, and this is gonna be your living room.
Yeah, no, you know,
on your back door.
No fireplace, but again, that's just personal preference. Not a lot of people have them in Texas. I like it, but again, decent sized living room. So to confirm my thoughts, I do think that area is probably designed to be used as the dining room, because this doesn't seem big enough to have a table plus a living set in here, right? So let's take a look at this master bedroom. All right, so similar to what we saw in the first house, we got these nice bay windows. Again, that seems to be a theme with MERITAGE, which is good. Bay windows are nice. They make the space feel larger than it actually is. As you come into the master bathroom, obviously you're going to have your shower about the same size as that first MERITAGE home, and then you're gonna have your water closet on this side. Double vanity sink. plus it's like a walk-in closet, it looks like, for your towels. So that's nice. A lot of times you have closets, but you don't always have walk-ins in the same one. So having space for your towels and toiletries is a great idea. And then you have the walk-in master closet. And while this does have built-ins in it, I actually think that the first closet in the smaller house was bigger. I don't know, kind of strange if you ask me.
So one of the things too, I want to point out that this primary bath does not have is a tub. So this is just going to be just the shower. And I noticed that because this bathroom is not extremely small, but you can tell that if they would have put a tub in here, I mean, there's just no space for that at all. So, and you also only get one closet as opposed to a his and her closet. But I do like that they did separate the actual commode from the rest of the bathroom.
Yep, water closets are a big help when you live with somebody else. All right, so that looks like it's it for the downstairs. Why don't we head upstairs, take a look and see what it looks like. Welcome to the upstairs. All right, so this is kind of a strange, I guess, loft slash game room area because it's very narrow, but that also has all these like nooks and crannies and a lot of angles. Like you have this little indentation here, and if you take a look, it goes back here, and also there's a little nook on this side. So while it is big, there's a lot of open space, it also has individual nooks. Haven't seen it very often in a big house like this. Now, you do have what appears to be a media room up here because you have those double doors. In most media rooms that we see, they don't typically have windows because you want to treat it like a movie theater and have it nice and dark. This one does have a window, so I'm sure you could black that out, but that's just something to be aware of. And I'm sure you could also turn this into a spare bedroom if you absolutely needed, but this is one of the rooms upstairs. And if you come over to the other side of the house, you're going to have the bathroom, which I'm going to get to in a second, but you're going to have a standard bedroom here. Again, nothing to write home about a 10 by 12, maybe 10 by 12, 10 by 11 room. Not a walk-in closet. You can probably fit in there if you're a little smaller, but nothing too crazy. Now, before we go on to the bedrooms, let's touch back on this bathroom. Let's take a look at the bathroom. So initially, I thought this was a Jack and Jill, but this is more of just like Jack bathroom, I don't know. So you have the sink over here, and obviously you have this door which goes through to the other side, which connects to a commode or a toilet and a standard bathtub. And you can see into the other bedroom from where you're at. But the problem is that this bathroom doesn't connect to that bedroom, which even though it's right next door. So, I mean, have you seen that before?
Can't say that I have.
Yeah, it's kind of a strange thing. But again, maybe people like that. You got a closet here where you can store your games and blankets and all that stuff. And then this bedroom is going to be very similar to that first bedroom that we took a look in. Similar closet size, similar layout to the other one, very standard. And then if you come over here to the final bedroom of the house, you do have a similar bedroom to what we just talked about, and you also have a bathroom that's not directly attached, but it's directly across the room. Now, the issue I have with this bathroom is two things. One, this sink was built for a double vanity, but they only chose to have one. So it looks really lopsided. And then my other gripe that I have here, come in here, take a look at this real quick. If you're showering in this bathroom, this is the only light that you have in this bathroom. There's no light above the shower. So how do you fix that? You know, that's kind of a problem if you ask me, because this doesn't seem like it's lit well enough.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to shower in the dark. That's weird. So anyway, taking a look at this house, yes, it is pretty large. You're looking at about 2,800 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. If you want to count that as a full bathroom, half bathroom, I don't know what you want to count it as, but it is there. That being said, the price point of this house is going to be right around that $400,000 mark starting. Now, as we mentioned earlier, just to kind of reiterate, MERITAGE is not an option builder. So what you see is what you get. While they are continuing to build this floor plan, you're probably not going to be able to alter many options unless you pick a whole package from them. So all in all, around $400,000. That is what this is going to get you in this neighborhood.
All right, guys, so we took a look at 2 floor plans from MERITAGE. They do have multiple other floor plans in this neighborhood, but what do you think about the floor plans that we took a look at, and who do you think these homes are for?
They were interesting. They were different than what I think I'm used to seeing being built in 2024, you know? Here's what I can say. I can tell you who this neighborhood is not for. If you want the crazy amenity center, if you want the on-site gym, if you want the pool, yada, 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 this is not for you. Reason being is because this neighborhood doesn't have any of those amenities. With an HOA of only about $500 per year, it's kind of nice to say that, you know, not every neighborhood offers those things. And I think that if you're looking for these things, this just isn't the one.
Right. I do think that $500 a year without having an amenity center is pretty high. I mean, I pay $500 a year and we've got one, but you know, it is what it is. I think that this neighborhood is for someone who's looking for a quieter, smaller community. Like I said, this neighborhood is only going to be about 300 homes. MERITAGE is going to be the only builder in this little neighborhood. And so several streets are on cul-de-sacs, which I think is very, very nice if you have kids. And you are close to everything. So I think being located here off of Talley Road, not far from Alamo Ranch, you're near all your major shopping centers and things like that. I think that this is going to be a really, really good place for you. If you're working downtown or near the military bases, the commute from here is still going to be pretty decent. So I think a lot of first-time home buyers, even investors, I think are going to find a lot of promise and success with this neighborhood. All right, guys, that is the video for today. We hope that you enjoyed it. This is our first time doing a MERITAGE home, I believe. So it kind of gives you an idea of what they have to offer. If you have any questions about it, of course, you can hit us up. We'll leave our information down below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We do post videos every single week, and you do not want to miss them.
And if you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to go check out our website, alamocitylivingteam.com. It is your one-stop shop for everything you need to know about real estate in the entire San Antonio metro area. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching our stuff. We're going to catch you in the next one.